Welcome back. We have solved the first, second, and third part of this question in the previous videos. In this video, we are going to solve the last part, the probability that only one of them solves the problem correctly. We have already found out that the probability that Amma solves the problem correctly is 1 divided by 5. The probability that Amma does not solve the problem correctly is 4 divided by 5. The probability that Kweku solves the problem correctly is 2 divided by 3. The probability that Kweku does not solve the problem correctly is 1 divided by 3. The probability that Musa solves the problem correctly is 2 divided by 5. And the probability that Musa does not solve the problem correctly is 3 divided by 5. We are going to find the probability that only one of them solves the problem correctly. Amma, Kweku, and Musa were given a question to solve in a contest, and we are being told that only one of them solves the problem correctly. This means that Amma solved the problem correctly, and Kweku solved the problem wrongly, and Musa solved the problem wrongly. Or Amma solved the problem wrongly, and Kweku solved the problem correctly, and Musa solved the problem wrongly. Or Amma solved the problem wrongly, Kweku solved the problem wrongly, and Musa solved the problem correctly. We can see that in each case, one person solves the problem correctly. That is what we are going to find. Only one of them solved the problem correctly. So if only one of them solved the problem correctly, then in the first case, Amma will solve the problem correctly, Kweku will solve it wrongly, and Musa will solve it wrongly. Or Amma will solve the problem wrongly, Kweku will solve it correctly, and Musa will solve it wrongly. Or Amma will solve the problem wrongly, Kweku will solve it wrongly, and Musa will solve it correctly. So the probability that only one of them solves the problem correctly is going to be the probability that Amma solved the problem correctly. And so we bring the multiplication. The probability that Kweku solved the problem wrongly, which is represented by P into bracket K complement, because P into bracket K complement is the probability that Kweku does not solve the problem correctly, which is the same as Kweku solved the problem wrongly. And the probability that Musa solved the problem wrongly, which is P into bracket M complement. This is for the first case. We have or here, so plus. Let's consider the second case. The probability that Amma solved the problem wrongly, which is represented by P into bracket A complement, and Kweku solved the problem correctly, which is represented by P into bracket K. And lastly, Musa solved the problem wrongly, which is represented by P into bracket M complement. Or, so we bring the addition sign. We are going to consider for the last case. Amma solved the problem wrongly, which is P into bracket A complement. And Kweku solved the problem wrongly, which is P into bracket K complement. And Musa solved the problem correctly, which is P into bracket M. So when we find these probabilities, we are going to get the probability that only one of them solved the problem correctly. P into bracket A is 1 divided by 5. P into bracket K complement is 1 divided by 3. P into bracket M complement is 3 divided by 5. So for the first case, we are going to have 1 divided by 5 times 1 divided by 3 times 3 divided by 5. We bring the addition sign. Let's consider for the second case. P into bracket A complement is 4 divided by 5. P into bracket K is 2 divided by 3. P into bracket M complement is 3 divided by 5. So for the second case, we are going to have 4 divided by 5 times 2 divided by 3 times 3 divided by 5. We have the addition sign here, so we bring it. Now we consider for the last case. P into bracket A complement is 4 divided by 5. P into bracket K complement is 1 divided by 3. and P into bracket M is 2 divided by 5. So for the last case, we have 4 divided by 5 times 1 divided by 3 times 2 divided by 5. When we simplify this, we are going to have 1 divided by 25 plus 8 divided by 25 plus 8 divided by 75. And this will give us 7 divided by 15. So we can say that the probability that only one of them solves the problem correctly is 7 divided by 15. Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe to this channel for more videos by clicking on the red subscribe button that you see. Pick more examples on probability and try your hands on them. If you have a problem solving any of the questions you try your hands on, you can share the problem on any of the Maths Center social media handles and we will respond to it. Bye bye.